Hey you, welcome to my channel. I'm Cammielle. I will be doing some inventory. I have a few items that are almost ready to be gone, and that is a leave-in conditioner. I also want to be gentle with my hair instead of making it frizzy like I just am right now with one of my curls in the back of my head. And the first item that I want to use up is a leave-in conditioner from Can 2, but I'm going to use a detangling milk with it as well, while using a styling mousse that is very potent and a heat protectant when I start to blow dry my hair. Now I make a little tail in the back so I can prevent tangles before our next wash day, which is helpful for me. And I am going to separate my hair into 3 parts just behind the ear. When separating into sections, be very gentle when this happens. Be patient and kind to your hair when that gets a little difficult to try to separate, when it entails separating your ends from each other. Now, a leave-in conditioner with the detangling milk is very key and helpful. And once I distribute that, I detangle from the side with the brush and then brush it backwards, because that's how the hair will lay once I'm done. I take the mousse, not too much because the hold of this mousse is very strong, and this is an older brand. If you look it up, it's not what it looks like. So I take a little bit more because I am going to pay more attention to the roots so that doesn't get frizzy over time before my next wash day. Now this is where it gets a little different. I'm going to make a little crown section a bit bigger on the top of my head. I learned this from Mains by Mel. And also be very patient when you're detangling your hair. Always try to separate as much as you can and then start separating it toward the root area. Sometimes that kind of loosens it when you pull on the roots, not too hard, but enough. And it's very simple. You use your water, you use your leave-in conditioner, you detangle, then you add the mousse, and then you brush it backwards to then add volume at your root area, and always look like I'm wearing a crown. Now this is the same thing as it is with the second section, but it's just a bigger portion of it. And of course this section is more air dried and needing more water. So I'm just gonna fix my water bottle because I stepped on it and I thought I broke it, but I didn't, which is great. So I just spritz enough. I want it to be damp, not soaking wet, because I think that's just making the drying process much more longer than I would like. And once I'm done adding all the products, I then separate it in horizontal sections to brush it forward, and then brush it backwards once, because all this hair I want to brush it backwards, not have any part, because eventually my hair will do that on its own. Now I use the mousse from the front and from the back. My other hand, pay attention to the root area. So I've used enough mousse to scrunch it in and just let it lay backwards. Same thing with the neck sections. One hand pays attention to the midsection all the way down to the ends, whereas the other hand that's holding the hair upward uses that to pay attention to the roots and make sure all the mousse is scrunched in. Now I'm going to do a little edge control, i.e. my version of it, because I don't know how to do it. So I try to just lay down the sides of my face, because eventually by the next wash day it looks like a frizzy mess and I look like a lion by the time it's time to wash. So I try to use the edge control brush that I have, was gifted to me, but I need someone who knows how to do edges in order to help me find the edges and just lay it down, because of course I'm using the pomade and then the edge control from Can 2, which is pretty helpful. Now with this palmitoyl heat protectant, I'm just gonna smooth it over the hair, not really distort the curls, because the mousse itself does make it very stiff curls, and you have to use something to break it, and the heat protectant does that. So what you're seeing here with the blow dryer is just me heating up the root area and slowly but surely heating up the rest. But all I want is the scalp to be dry so that I can clip up my hair for some volume prior to going to bed, so that when I wake up in the morning I have at least 1.5 inches of volume. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna go to bed. And next, we wake up in the morning and unravel my hair in the back, let it fall backwards as it is, and you just see the definition, the curls, the minimal frizz, which I highly think it's because of the mousse and the way I did it. Adding it to the hair is just key, you know? So yeah, I just let it fall backwards, give me some volume, and of course we're hitting into season transitions and my lips start to get dry. So like and subscribe, and as always, embrace joy.